Hello. Oops. Hi, you guys. I am going to do a little presentation that I put together yesterday. I went Facebook Live yesterday and I presented this webinar, but I just felt called that I should share this live on my Instagram. And so I got this cool little filter going on, which makes my eyes look super more green, which I love. So I wish I could show you guys this presentation, but you can't really see it. I can't figure out a way to get this presentation to be live on Instagram because there's no like plugins for that or that I'm aware of. So if anyone knows about that, please let me know. I would love to know if there's any plugins for presentations. So what I wanted to share with you guys, what I wanted to share with you guys is just breaking down your false narratives. And this one is huge. This one came through this week and I knew I had to share this information, these nuggets of knowledge to share with you guys. And so what I'm going to be sharing with you is some really potent information that when you hear this, you have to really focus and pay attention and let it all integrate inside of the mind and the body. And so, yes, let's get started. Hello. It's so interesting because you know what? My Facebook audience is different than my Instagram audience. And I feel like my Instagram audience will be able to keep up with me a lot more than my Facebook audience. My Facebook audience is more family, friends, a few awakened souls who are just beginning the awakening path. But my spiritual group, my spiritual audience is truly my Instagram. And you guys will really understand as I'm breaking down these false narratives. So I'm going to go ahead and start this presentation just so I can get a little bit of navigation to what I'm going to share with you guys. So your reality. Let's talk a little bit about reality. If you guys want, please share in the comments when I say reality. What does that mean to you? What is your reality? If you guys can leave comments, let me know what you perceive or what you think reality is. Okay? Your reality is your level of consciousness at this now moment. And so I had to dissect that, for my Facebook audience, but for my Instagram audience, you guys understand level of consciousness. Levels of consciousness, meaning, I like to give this metaphor. If we think of the water is the ascension. If we think of the ocean as the ascension process, and we have a boat, and this boat is our consciousness. And our consciousness is never at just one spot. It's always moving. Waters are never stagnant. They're always moving. Sometimes there's high waves, tsunamis even, but then there's sometimes low. Then you get the low ones, okay? But think of your consciousness as this boat in the water. And this boat in the water is always fluctuating. So understand that your consciousness, this boat in the water, is always fluctuating at different levels of consciousness. And okay, now let's talk about consciousness. What is consciousness? A lot of people throw out the word consciousness, all this stuff, but truly, consciousness is awareness. It's awareness, it's perception, it's your experience. It's what you're experiencing at this now moment. And so that is understanding consciousness and how you are always fluctuating. And as we go through this ascension process, as we begin to awaken more, as we become more aware, our level of consciousness begins to be grounded at higher levels. If you guys are keeping up, if you guys understand with what I'm saying. And so as we go through this awakening process, our level of consciousness is always grounded at a certain level. And so I just want you guys to understand that your reality is your level of consciousness at this now moment. Now let's break it down to this now moment. So this now moment, okay, we have our past, we have our present, and we have our future. But this now moment, if your thoughts are in the past, you are now locating your energetic body, your mental and psychological divisions into the past. And so it's really, really important to stick into the present moment, thinking of even future, getting out of the past at least, You know, we can think about the future, but let's just get out of the past, because we want our reality to be in this now moment, into this now level of consciousness. So your reality, okay. This means that you are communicating with the universe at every now moment. Even me right now, me speaking, I'm communicating with the universe. I'm just doing it on a live stream where people can tune in. But understanding that you at every single moment is communicating with the universe. It is so, so important to understand that. What you are thinking, your thoughts while you're driving, you are communicating with the universe. And it's very important to be now aware of this. At every now moment, every moment that you're living, you are communicating with the universe. And we're also understanding that our reality is one, communicating with the universe. Two, it is our level of consciousness. If you guys are keeping up. This is very basic, but I'm just kind of breaking it down and dissecting it in a way where people can understand truly in a grounded, in a physical way, and not just some foo-foo like energy, dimensions, frequency. You know, I'm trying to give you like real information to grasp here. So false narratives, you guys. Let's think of these false narratives like I'm broke, I'm poor, I'm not rich. I like to address these money false narratives because everyone is dealing with these money narratives, these falsity of money programs that we have been programmed with our whole life. So I'm broke, or I'm poor, I'm not rich, I've never had it easy. All of these things, you guys have to understand that you are now, when you say I'm not rich or I'm poor, I'm broke, you are now in a sense of you're creating your whole being, past, present, and future as broke, as poor, as not rich. All of these words, poor, broke, all of these things, these are just a state of being, and we can always get out of the state of being. You understand? And so, you know, I don't come from wealth. I've used that a lot, okay? But now I'm understanding that my words are spells. I've heard that, you know, I've kind of been knowing that for a couple years. I've heard that from the Four Agreements, Miguel Ruiz, the author of the Four Agreements. But truly understand that your words are spells, because when you start to understand that your words are spells, you get to understand that you are in communication with the universe at every moment. Whether you're speaking, whether you're just sitting there, whether you're like yelling at your partner or whatever, you are always in communication with the universe. And I will explain, I'll go a little bit, dive deep more into that a little bit. But that is all lack and scarcity mindset. With this, I'm broke, I'm poor, I'm not rich. Words are spells. Please write that down if you don't have it in your mental notes already. And let's dissect this through a higher level of consciousness. So your false narratives. It's your reality, okay? Your reality is your level of consciousness and your communication with the universe. It's those two things. But understanding that we are in communication with the universe at every moment is understanding what you are thinking, what you are perceiving, and how or what you are being is all of your creation. And your creation is the communication with the universe. Very, very important. Thinking, perceiving, and being is your creations. When you are creating with the universe, you are communicating with the universe. Understand, this is strong, and I'm not sure if any of y'all have heard this before, but understand your voice command and your voice recognition. Okay, God or the universe or source, whatever you want to use, knows your voice. Just like when I'm on the phone with someone, I don't need to see the caller ID because I go, oh, I know who that is. Oh, Jessica. Oh, Christina. I know who that is. You know, the voice recognition. Understand that your voice, your voicing pattern is so unique as your DNA. So your voicing command is your identification of your soul, the DNA. The DNA recognition is through your voice. The voice command, the voice recognition is your communication with the universe. While you are communicating with the universe, be aware that the universe knows who you are. It knows your voice. So by saying, I am abundant. I am now abundant in my past, my present, and my future. because I am now commanding it through voice command and voice recognition. We all know Siri, right? Siri knows our voice. Well, so does the universe. So when we do a command for Siri through our phone, which we are connected to our phone, the same thing with the universe, same thing with life, same thing with conscious living and awareness and awakening and the ascension process. So really understand your voice command, your voice recognition is you speaking out to the universe. And truly, humans have the power to really speak into existence and having it come. But having it come to this now reality is that manifestation. And how we manifest is the communication with the universe. So understanding thinking, perceiving, and being is your creations. When you are creating, you are communicating with the universe. So remember, words are spells. So we want to use words that are going to cast great spells into our life and to service into our reality, right? But then we also have words like fear, scam. I want to debunk these illusions, okay? So when we see the word fear, okay, which we've seen a lot in 2020 with fear, when I think of fear, my first acronym that I wanted to reprogram with my mind was, I don't want to be in fear. Fear sounds scary, sounds scared, dark. Oh no, like what if, like I'm scared. I just think of fear as scared, afraid. And so you know what? I've decided that I'm going to reprogram the illusion of fear, F-E-A-R, okay, to false evidence appearing real. So when I started to realize that fear, whenever I see fear or I notice fear in the air, it's false evidence appearing real. So where in this falsivity is there not truth? Wherever there's fear, there's falsivity. So I began to reprogram my mind when I see fear, it's false evidence appearing real. And then it gets more. And then I started to realize, wait, I can completely shift the vibration of the words. I can completely shift the vibration of fear and scam, which I've totally done. So scam's another great one. So scam, I've heard that so many times, doing business online, you hear, oh, this is a scam, you're just trying to scam me, or you're selling me stuff, blah, blah, blah. And so what I truly had to get out of was, I was almost like sad. Like it would hurt me that people thought it was a scam. But then I started to realize, first of all, it's the false projections, their false projections, false narratives that are being projected onto me. I am just that mirror of their false projections. So when I started to realize that, I was like, okay, well, I know I'm not a scam. I know I'm not trying to scam people. And then so I said, you know what? I'm going to completely shift the vibration of that word, S-C-A-M, scam. You know what? Because I guess my life is a scam, and I'm a scam because guess what? I'm so cool and magical. S-C-A-M. Okay, just like fear. Fear. I have now shifted the vibration of fear to feeling excited and ready, or feeling alive and rise. Okay, we can all shift the vibration of these words, these meanings, and truly get to utilize the voice command, the voice recognition to communicate with the universe to manifest what we want. In order to manifest our reality and manifest abundance, we have to know how to properly communicate with the universe. So, like I said, if you guys backphrase into this live, how you communicate with the universe is what you're thinking, what you're perceiving, and what you're being is your creations. And your creations are the communication with the universe. When you have gotten that down, then you start to manifest the reality you want. And we've all heard of Nikola Tesla, where he says energy, frequency, and vibration. That's the key to life. That truly is frequency, energy, vibration. If we dissect that, that's honestly perceiving, your perception, your awareness, and your experience. Just like those three, the creation, where you're thinking, you're being, and you're perceiving, those are all in communication with the universe. And you kind of need to know chronologically the process of communication with the universe so you can go ahead and live the life that you've always wanted. Like I'm starting to slowly understand how to communicate with the universe, and that's why I'm able to be of service and share these like nuggets of knowledge, you know what I mean? So shifting the vibration of your words through your voice command and your voice recognition. Like I said, your soul is connected to your voice. There's no voice like me. There's no voice like you. The universe, God, source, whatever you want to call him or it, knows you. So when you command, when you accept and surrender to this, things will all slowly fall into place. So like I said, fear, I have reprogrammed it inside of my body to be feeling excited and ready. Face everything and rise. It's no longer fear as scared, like, oh no. And scam. I've been called a scam so much in my whole life that you know what? I'm so cool and magical. SCAM. So cool and magical. I guess my life's a scam because you know what? I'm not living in a freaking crowded ass major city, because I didn't want to. I didn't go to college. I'm not working a 9 to 5, but here I am. And it's just like, I'm living, I guess, a scammy life. So cool and magical. But that's just me. I don't mind living a scam because I have reprogrammed. I've shifted the vibration of that word to understand oh, they just don't understand. They don't understand my perception, my experience, okay? And so I just want to get now into living in the 5D, understanding fifth dimensional frequency, okay? Living in the 5D, it's the fifth dimensional realm. And before that we can get into the 5D or living in the 5D, I have to dissect what fifth dimensional means because I know that word gets thrown around a lot. 5D, okay? But you have to understand that the planet we live on, planet Earth, this huge, big planet filled with 7 to 9 billion people on this planet. Each individual is experiencing a different realm. There is an infinite amount of realms, but within these realms are dimensions. It's sections of dimensions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and beyond. So understanding that the fifth dimensional frequency, Earth is already at. Planetary Earth is already at a fifth dimensional vibration. Nature, the snow, the trees outside, they are already at a fifth dimensional realm. They're already vibrating at a fifth dimensional frequency. It is now up to humanity, to the people, the species, and even all of the other animals on this planet to begin the ascension, which we've all begun the ascension personally and collectively. But as a collective, it's important for the whole humanity to rise into this fifth dimensional frequency. And understanding, how do I get there? Well, then how do I get to this fifth dimensional frequency, Well, first of all, it's not necessarily a physical destination. You'll begin to physically see a difference in your reality once you are in the fifth dimension, but understanding it is not a destination, but a state of being. The fifth dimensional realm is a state of being. It is not a destination. And when we begin to understand that, we can now understand that how we can shift from 3D, 4D to complete 5-dimensional reality is through understanding that we must rise in levels of consciousness. And how we rise in levels of consciousness is through our perception and through our experience. I'm going to give you a little example. So here's my coffee, right? I'm drinking my coffee. You are now perceiving something. This is your perception, and your thought that went with what I'm doing is your perception. Some people will say, oh, how cute. Oh, she's so cute when she drinks coffee. Or another perception is, ooh, I need to take a sip of my coffee now. Or, ooh, she's matching. Those are all perceptions. Your thought, that narrative is your perception. So become aware of your perception. When you become more aware of your perception, you get to shift your experience. And also too, the 4 agreements, Miguel Ruiz, he talks about how you could be in 1,000 people in a reality of hell, but you in the middle, you don't have to be experiencing that hell. You can be experiencing the heaven around 1,000 people experiencing hell. And how you do that is through understanding your perception, understanding your experience, understanding what fifth dimensional realm is. I live on planet Earth and my neighbor lives on planet Earth, but guess what? This person is not on the same dimensional reality and realm and dimensional frequency as I. Okay? Understanding the higher levels of consciousness. So 5D is kind of like a big, like a bandwidth of a frequency that's all clustered together into something called heaven on earth. So the 5D, we can describe it as heaven on earth. But of course, as like I said, you're the boat in the water. Our consciousness is always fluctuating. So we can be at higher levels of consciousness or lower levels of consciousness. It all depends on where we are grounded, we're harbored in. Where is our sea level? If we think of where our sea level is, it can always rise or it can always go down. When we rise, we get higher levels of consciousness. When the sea level is lower, you are now placed in a lower level of consciousness, and it takes you a little bit longer to get to those higher levels of consciousness versus someone who was already at a sea level where they're already leveled. Their grounded levels already at a higher level of consciousness, if you guys can understand what I'm saying. And so really understand that the fifth dimensional realm is not a destination. It's not a physical destination, but a state of being. Once you have created this state of being, this constant state of being in this bandwidth of a 5-dimensional realm, then you will see this physical reality as a 5-dimensional realm, if you understand what I'm saying. So the last thing that I wanted to get at, okay, before I end here, grounded in Jesus, the firm rock of my salvation, absolutely, yes. And so the 3 key factors of being conscious, consciously aware, being conscious meaning in this present now moment, not having your thoughts in the past or having your thoughts in the future, but living truly right here, the ground point center, the heart reactor, being grounded in this level of consciousness, your sea level. If you are here, how to be here all the time. Not there, but here all the time. There's 3 key factors that I like to share into being conscious. Okay, your awareness. Just be aware of everything around you. Become aware of why you're breathing like this. Focus on, that's the first thing. Awareness of your breath. How is your breath right now? If it is not in a constant flow, your energy is not in a constant flow. So having awareness, perception, remember perceiving, that coffee exercise where I'm drinking coffee, but what are your thoughts? Because that's your perception. If you like your perception, great. If you don't, shift it, because you have the power to shift that vibration. By me drinking this coffee and your thoughts, that perception, you have the ability to change it. For some people, their narratives is jealousy. For some people, their narratives is light, is full of love, is joy. But it's up to you to be aware of where your perception is. If your perception is somewhere on a lower level of consciousness, let's be aware to now rise it. So when I'm drinking this coffee, everyone has different perceptions when they see that. But how is your perception when you're viewing everything? Become aware of everything around you, guys. And your frequency. So those are the 3 factors of conscious being, of conscious living: awareness, perception, and frequency. Frequency is not just vibration. The vibration is how your energy is, right? But the frequency is where you are at. It's just where you're grounded at. Your frequency can be chill. It's like your mood. My frequency's high. Oh no, I'm at a low frequency now. I'm just like, no, I'm chilling, Frequency. It's your set of vibration. It's your vibration and the set of your all beings. Because this body, I'm not just Jasmine Faharin. I am a higher self. I have all of these other bodies. I have my energetic bodies, my chakra systems, my organs, my cardiovascular system, my everything. There's so many different systems, and it's about connecting them all together and understanding that this frequency should all be in unison, in one frequency, one vibration. It's always important to understand that we have to come back into balance, into one, before we can expand. So when we do prayer hands and stuff like that in the spiritual community, it's to bring back into balance the past, the present, back into the future. And then you take a deep breath. And once you become back into center point, the ground point now moment, the present moment, that's when you begin to expand. That's when you get to understand the structure of the atom. Then you start to understand physics, and you go above and beyond and understanding more of how space is connected to Earth and how we can get space knowledge grounded into earth and to its people, because I am a galactic being. I came here to help shift people, and through my galactic knowledge and through my galactic remembrance, I'm able to share with people who understand, who need to hear this medicine so they can go ahead and do their service. But this is my way of being of service, is sharing my medicine, sharing my download, sharing what my higher self is teaching me right now, because that's what people of service do. If you are a person of service, if you are a light worker or a starseed here on a mission, speak it, speak your truth, be of service. When you speak your truth, your soul family comes back to you and they gravitate towards you, and then all it takes is just putting yourself out there, but putting yourself out there in an intentional way of being of service to others, to help others. So I hope this helped you guys. And I want you to understand that these 3 key factors of being consciousness, this awareness, perception, and frequency, these are like your gauges that you need to monitor. You know, when you're driving, you can't just focus on the road. You have to make sure you have your gas, you have gas. You have to make sure you're looking left and right. You're looking at your thing. You make sure you're driving, make sure you're at the same speed limit. These are all gauges that you need to monitor at this now moment in order for you to function properly while you drive. Well, this is the same thing. You need to just monitor these gauges while being consciously aware of living in this now moment. So I really hope that helped. And you guys understand the point. You understand the point of breaking down these false narratives. It's to break the chains of your repeating cycles. And sometimes just hearing it from an outsider's point of view or hearing someone else's words can really get inside of that subconscious and be like, oh, that's what I need to work on. Oh, okay, that's exactly what I need to shift. You know, 5D. Being in the 5D, let's keep in this paradigm of understanding that 5D, you are your author. You are the creator of your own story, your own movie. You are the movie star of your own movie. And what movie are you living in? Are you living in like a 2020 horror Netflix series like The Walking Dead? Or are you living like the movie you wanted to live? Like Western love story, you know, whatever it is that you want your movie to be, you are the main character and you have the ability to direct it, to cut it, to be all of the characters, okay? And I'm just here to share with you guys that you can do this all, because I am slowly learning this myself. So I'm going to end it here, but how you guys can connect with me, I have my services and offerings. And right, you know, they're always shifting and they're always transforming, but one huge thing that's coming up is my Women's Wealth Shift Retreat. It is happening January 7th to 11th here in Montana, Glacier National Park. Please Google that. Google Glacier National Park and please tell me why you wouldn't want to come. It's you'll be able to see the Northern Lights. I'm not sure about the time, but Glacier National Park, I live very close to Glacier National Park, and this is where you can see the Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights from Montana. So it's beautiful. This place holds such medicine, potent medicine, especially with wealth shifting. So I'm hosting a Women's Wealth Shift Retreat. If anyone is interested, you can go to my my link tree. It's in my profile, and you can check all my services. I'm also still offering my 3-month program of one-on-one Ascension Awakening to help people through their awakening process. It's a 3-month program where we meet once a week. So if you're interested, you can fill out an application on my link tree. Cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology. I know you guys have been seeing a lot about that. So that has really helped me shift a lot to my abundance codes, waking up to my infinite abundances through this cryptocurrency, this blockchain technology. And so in less than 2 months, or I mean, it's going to be 2 months now, I'm almost at my 30K mark, which is amazing, 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 because I've never made that much money like ever before. So a lot of shifts occurring with that cryptocurrency. But last thing too, my last offering, or how you can reach me, is I am now in this business of selling gold, or not selling, but helping people enroll into a monthly subscription of silver and gold. So I know you guys know that my mission has a lot to do with wealth shifting and digital currency and this whole new redistribution of wealth. And so there's this new program where people can now convert anywhere from like $100 to $300 a month to silver and gold. And so I've done that. I am now enrolled into a system where every month for $100 a month, I put in $100 and I get $100 worth of a silver coin every month. And I'll show you what that looks like. It's so dope. I know I have it right here. Where is it? Oh. I have my silvers somewhere around here. It's somewhere in my bag. I totally want to show you guys though. All right, I don't see it right now, but if you look at my pictures, if you see my profile, you will see that I took a picture with my gold, my silver coins. And so really, truly, like those are my businesses right now. Those are my offerings and how like you can connect with me. So it's the Women's Wealth Shift Retreat. I'm still doing some one-on-one ascension programming. It's a 3-month program, very limited though, and it's personal. So one-on-one session with me. My cryptocurrency blockchain technology, oh my gosh, you guys, if you really want to shift financially, get into the blockchain system and I will help you all out. But getting into silver and gold is just something new, but something that Saint Germain and my guides have always told me that I would be a part of, and honestly, one of the reasons why I'm here in Montana. So that's it, you guys. I just wanted to share that little tidbit, some nuggets of knowledge for you guys. So I'm going to be posting this on my page. I highly recommend back phrasing and listening to this message because it's very, very potent and it applies to everyone. But I love you all and you can connect with me anyway, DM me, and I will see you and talk to you soon. Bye.